The primal sound of the universe was the comets of an aleph. This comets is the letter that comes from the Sephirot of Keta, but it precedes Keta. It comes out of the Zimzum itself, and it's what's left in the Zimzum it's the vibration within the Zimzum. And this is comets. Strangely enough, the gematria of the comets is 230, or it can also be 1,040, a kuf, that's 100, a mem, and a final zadeh. The final zadeh is 900, the kuf is 100, and the mem is 40, so it's 1,040, and that could be written as M, Aleph, Mem. Aleph has 1,000 here, which it certainly is in this level, and the Mem as 40. That's 1,040, and those are the letters of the word M, mother. And the first two letters of Amen, you see, because the primal sound is Om, which is, it can be a comet, Om, and then it goes into the nasal. The mem goes into, as you hum it, so to speak, it goes into the nasal as a nun. And so if in Hebrew they give it a vowel, a zere vowel, the two dots, so it's an amen, and it's the sound of the om, the amen. It's that primal sound, and it's spelt Aleph, Mem, Nun, the mother thing. The sound of mercy, you see, from the mother, because the mother aspect, the feminine aspect, is the merciful. The Rachem, you see, the womb. And this Zimzum created the womb, where God mercifully put all creation, so they can call him merciful and gracious. And this is an extension of himself, you see. And when one is merciful, one is godlike. See? Like a mother. And this is this Zimzum. Remember the Zimzum. Now I'm going to do some things here. The Aleph and the comets comes out to be, Aleph is 200 is 111, and Kametz, the vowel, if spelt out, is 230. That comes out to be 340. And strangely enough, 340 is the gematria of the three mother letters in the Sefer Yetzirah. Aleph, Mem, Shin. Shin. So if we take the last two letters, or the last letter of the word Shin, Shin, Amen, which is, we consider because these three letters, we have a center, it's like the word emet, but this is a real final letter. A real final letter of the Shin is the Nun. See? And so we have an Aleph, which is the beginning, a Mem is a middle, and a Shin, the Nun, is the end. So these mother letters are Amen, and it's brought down the Talmud that he who says Amen after a bracha is greater than the person who says the bracha. And a person really only has to pray at the end and say Amen at the end of the prayers, because this is the seal of approval, so to speak. Because the seal is emunah. Emunah is the level of the highest head of Rod Lo. The three heads are considered emunah and tanug and ratzon, but emunah is at the head that's not a head. It's faith. It's beyond everything. And this is emunah, comes from the word amen with a vav and a hey in it. And this is emunah of amen is the highest level, and anything up there with the aleph and the mem, that's the mother. Em, and that means mother. And the gematria of emunah is 102, and that's the same gematria as Eloheinu that's in the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. That's the level of emunah, faith. You see? And that's in there. And the beautiful thing of the Zimzum, by the way, is that the Zimzum has a gematria of 580. That's Zedek is 204, Mem is 80. Zadok 204, Vav 12, Mem 80, that's 580, plus 5 letters, plus 1 for the word, that's 586, and that's the miracle word, Yesod. Yesod is the highest level. Yesod fully spelt out, because everything comes through Yesod, and Yesod is a feminine womb. It's the womb of the feminine. It's the Yesod for the feminine. And these have another wonderful spelling, because there's another wonderful way to spell Zimzum on the Zadok. You don't have to you spell it with a kuf. You can spell it Zadok Dalet Yud, which is 104 rather than 204. And if you spell it that way, it's 104, 80, 104, 12, and 80. That's 380, not 580, plus 5 letters of the spelling of Zimzum, and that's 385. 385 is the word Osea, but it's also Mikael, fully spelt out. See, and Mikael, my angel, is in this area of the Zimzum. In certain Christian sects, he's one with Christ in the Zimzum, and he is before the Christ. Mikael is before the Christ, the same thing. And this pulsating energy in the Zimzum is this merciful Mikael, the carrier of souls of Judaism. This is the Osea world, down here. Let me do some other things here. As we spell the word Amen, because in Judaism we're going to use Amen. The sound is Om, and that's the primal vibration of the universe. And even in Judaism you can say Om, because it's included with the Amen. Or Amen, or any way you like it in there, how your body feels it. You see? And so it's really an aleph, a mem, and into a nun, because that's a into a vibration. Notice how it vibrates in the nose, and that's the nun. And so we go from that. And the gematria of Amen, the gematria, is 91, and that's a big gematria in Judaism. That's Malach. So Amen has the word Malach in it, and so Malach could be the angel. And whenever you say the word Amen, you create an angel, a Malach. It's also Yud He Vav He with Adonai, Aleph Dalet Nun Yud. So every time you say, at the end of the word, when you say Adonai, very often in the prayer books you will see Yud He Vav, and then a very large He, and inside that large He, it's Aleph Dalet Nun Yud, and so that's 91. That 91 that's in there of these two words, that's Amen. And the last letter of that is 5 plus 65, that's 70. And in a certain sense, that's the large aleph, a large ayin in the Shema, which is a nice meditation. Also, the way to spell, one of my meditations is when you spell out Aleph Mem Nun, then you spell under it Mem Nun, it's a configuration of it, and then under it Nun, so that's Aleph Mem Nun, Nun, that's 91, 90, and 50, that's 231, and those are the letter combinations, the two letter combinations in Sefer Yetzirah or anywhere. You know, like when you do Aleph and Bet and Aleph and Gimel, there are 231 combinations, but that's also the gematria of Aleph, which is 111, and Samak, 120, that's 231, and that's the Rosh Tivo of Ein Sof, Aleph Samak. So this Amen, when configured like this, is Aleph Samak. That's Ein Sof. It's the vibration. It's the comets. It's the first. It's the Om. Now the din of the word Amen is remember the Kedusha letter is Aleph, which is of course the Aleph of the worlds here, God. And what did we bring? Mem Nun, that's man. That's the, Lachem min hamayim, bread from heaven, is man. And that's what we eat. So from the Amen comes the man, as it's din. Because in the final analysis, food is din. Food, that's what we're looking for day and night. And that's the din of Amen. And recognized. But even the din is brought down lahem min hashamayim. That's the man. And that's what we are provided for in the desert for 40 years, and basically that's our life. 40 years in the desert, from 20 to 60. That's your life. All food is provided for for you. All you have to do is go out in the street and see that everything's provided for you. And so this is now another word from Amen is is M, and that means mother. So word mother, M, Aleph, final mem is mother with a zeri, it's 2 dots. So that's Aleph, that's 1, and 40 is mem, that's 41. Plus a zeri is 2 dots, 10 each dot. That's 61. That's also Aleph Samek. Ein Sof. So this primal creation that occurs within the Zimzum, this womb, say it's a circular, and God's light removed to the sides. See, created the womb, and in that womb is the primal sound. Before that, there was no sound. See, everything was light. And then the opening was for sound, and that's the letter Kametz. See how your body vibrates. And in all these things, it's what we brought to India, what the Jews brought to India, basically was only the word Amen. That's all you need. So let's not get too fancy, All you need is the word Amen. And its sound, Om. It's the first letter. And its extension. So when you know this faith, you're into some pretty heavy stuff here, Remember, the simplest is the most sophisticated. That's what Rabbi Nachman used to say. And the simplest is the most profound. But how long it takes to get to the simple. You see? How long it takes to get to the primal, to return back to the otiot, to the letters, and to the Arabic word ayat, because each letter is a sign, and each activity is a sign, and what you're exposed to on a daily basis is a sign for you to enter into, you see. And you can enter anywhere, see, and turn to any page, and look at any letter, and start with the first vowel on the first letter. And that's it. Kamet and Aleph. 341. The mother letters. Aleph, Mem, Shin. The 3 horizontal letters on the tree of life. Basically the law of 3. Also, upper, lower, and center. You see? The Shin above, the Mem below, and the Aleph in the center. Fire, water, and between them, air. Don't get too sophisticated. The deepest is the simplest. And that's it. So let's see what else I have here. And the word man is also, let me see here. Yeah. Well, we'll stay with this. The word man is also, a beautiful gematria of mem and nun. That's Mem is 80, and Nun is 106, it's 186, and that's Makum. Very deep word. And also it's Yud He Vav He squared, 10 squared, 5 squared, 6 squared, 5 squared, that's 186. So this man, this din of the word Amen, which relates to the mother and mercy, as I'm telling you that the first principle is mercy, that starts before the Torah, that starts before everything, and then it comes through as Amen.